I've told you guys before that I'm a gun guy, and as such, I tend to buy, sell, and trade guns from time to time. Now, I'm usually pretty happy with guns that I buy, and pretty happy to move away from guns that I sell. But that hasn't always been the case. Today, I'm going to tell you about 3 guns that I got rid of that I kind of wish I hadn't. The first gun I want to talk about is the Ruger 1022. Now, I already talked about this gun in 5 guns I got rid of and why, so I gave you a lot of detail on why I liked that gun and why I got rid of it at the time. To recap, the reason I got rid of it was to help me upgrade to an M&P 1522, which at the time I felt would be a better semi-auto 22 platform to use. That's true in some ways, but there's no denying that the Ruger 1022 is a fantastic recreational shooter. It's a good little semi-auto hunting 22 as well. The 1022 comes in so many varieties. It comes with some beautiful stocks on it, some beautiful finishes. You can get 25 round magazines for it that are very reliable, ones that come straight from Ruger. You can adjust and customize your 1022 in virtually any way to make it exactly the gun you want it to be. For a lot of reasons, I miss my 1022. I'd kind of like to have a semi-auto 22 again. And I do think I will purchase a 1022 again. When I do, it'll probably be the Ruger 1022 Takedown. There are several versions of that available. It's a little bit more of a practical, kind of a fun version of the gun that I can take apart and put in a bag in 2 pieces and take around camping or take backpacking with me if I wanted to. There's a lot of reasons to get into a 1022 Takedown. So since I know I want to buy a 1022 again, that's probably the version of the gun that I'll go with. The next gun I kind of wish I'd kept is the XD45 Tactical. Now, this was the first time I'd owned an XD, and really the first time I'd gotten extended experience with one. As such, I was kind of new to the XD platform, but I also really liked it. I was surprised by the pleasant ergonomics of the XD platform, and also the great trigger. Probably the thing I liked best about the XD45 Tactical was just the cartridge, the 45 ACP. That was also the first time that I'd owned a 45. And I hadn't shot it very much ever before that. So getting that experience with it and getting to really see how pleasant that cartridge is to shoot, man, I was pretty much in love. If I had an opportunity to get into an XD45 Tactical again for a good price, there's a good chance I'd jump on it because once again, it was a great gun to shoot. I really enjoyed having it. It would make an excellent home security type of gun, and it's a really pleasant shooter. Chances are I won't see that gun again though. So what I'll probably end up doing in the future is just getting into a 1911 because I love shooting those too. And if I got to get into the 45 cartridge, I might as well get into a 1911. The last gun I want to get into today is the Kel Tec Su16A. When I bought this gun, it was intended to be a stopgap measure on my way to buying an AR-15. And I do see the Su16 as a pretty nice alternative to the AR-15 platform if you can't afford it and if you really got to have something light and super portable. The Su16 shoots .223 or .556. It takes AR-15 magazines. I'm told it also takes Magpul PMags, but I never did test that out in mine. The gun also folds in half for easy transport and storage. Now you can't whip that gun open and start using it the way you can something like the Sub 2000 or maybe some of those folding AKs, but the fact that you can fold it in half and put it in small spaces is a pretty big bonus. Now, there are definitely some features on that gun that I wasn't a big fan of, including the sights, the safety, the trigger, some of the other small features. However, overall, that gun is really practical if you just want something super light and super portable that shoots AR-15 magazines and the same cartridge. For those reasons, there's a good chance I'll get back into an Su16 if I find one up for sale for a good price. I probably won't get the Su16A though. I wasn't really hyped up on the features that came with that gun. I'll probably look for the Su16C version if I go with an Su16 again. Now, I've been fairly thoughtful and careful in all the gun purchases as well as sales and trades that I've made over the years, so there aren't a whole lot of other guns that I'm really sad that I let go of. But those are 3 guns I'm definitely going to keep an eye out for and hopefully get back into someday. Down in the comments section, why don't you tell me about some guns you've let go of over the years that you really wish you hadn't. I'm the Late Boy Scout. Thanks very much for watching. I'll see you later. So far I've talked about a couple very popular guns that I ended up getting rid of that are no longer in my collection. I want to talk about one more that's extremely popular that might shock you. I'm talking about the Ruger 1022. The Ruger 1022 is a staple. It's an American staple in my opinion. It's one of the